as you can see, we have 5 young ladies and gentlemen sitting before me, and these 5 are our alumni. And today we'll be asking them some questions about how are they doing now, what are they studying, but also hopefully they can pass on some tips and advice for our students now at IKTMC. So guys, we're gonna sort of do this Q&A in a different way, okay? In this cup right here, there's a dice, okay? And I'm gonna shake this cup, and then we're gonna look at the number, and then we're gonna see what question we're gonna ask you. Here we go. Okay, let's see. Ooh, question number 5, okay. All right, so question number 5, asks, is there something you wished you participated more in or made use of more when you were at IKTMC?
So one of the things that I find very interesting here is that the internationalization that they provide at school. So there are a lot of field trips ranging from Dubai to Kazakhstan they've been to. So that's something which I feel like I should have used that opportunity to travel around the world, and not only travel around the world, but also learn about different cultures and add that to my CV as well, of course. So yeah.
So as everyone know, in Islamic Qasim there's many people from different countries, different background, they speak different language. I should have take advantage of that. I didn't, in my secondary life, I didn't take advantage of that. I can improve my English or other language, such as there's Nepali, we can learn their language, and many other language in Islamic Qasim.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, we have a very dynamic college, actually. I mean, I don't know how many campuses in Hong Kong can say that they have students from more than 5 different countries. So very, very unique indeed. Let's move on to the next question. Here we go. 6. All right, let's see. So, number 6. Ooh, fond memories at IKTMC that has made an impact on you. Fond memories. Okay, how about if I ask the 2 ladies here, what are some of your fond memories at IKTMC and that has made an impact on you?
I feel like the most memorable memory for me is when we used to have tutorials, math tutorials after school every day, and Miss Ikra used to teach us and Miss Lam, and every time we would stay till 7 p.m. and stay in class for a very long time. And it just, sometimes there were days when these teachers would try to have activities to de-stress us. For example, one time we had these guns. I mean, not guns. we had these, I don't know what's it called, but we were doodling. Okay. And it was very fun. And I feel like these small things, they have been a memory for me for a very long time. And when I reflect back on it, I feel very glad that there were teachers like these, and they helped us a lot in difficult times, because DSE is a hard period. And yeah, I'm very grateful for that, and that's one of the most memorable times for me.
I don't know. I can think of so many. That was also one of them. And I think one of them would be in Form 5. Form 5 was a tough time. I think Kiran and I joined so many things at the same time. Student union, debate team. I don't even remember, Miss Nadia, I remember Miss Nadia was just try, just do it, because it's the first year of debate team. We know nothing. We didn't know anything. Just went ahead and joined. And it was one of the best times, because it was just something new. And we went out, and actually, we didn't know how important debate was in daily life. So I think it was one of the fondest memory in time of my school year.
All right, so it's good to hear how our teachers here can sort of really help and give support to our students, but always know when to relax and take a step back, just to allow our students to breathe a little bit. And also even just things that, joining things that maybe they don't think is useful, but something like debate has helped them, right? Later on, as they moved on to the next phase of their life. So let's move on to the next question. 3. Okay. Ooh, okay. So here it is, okay? This question asks, at a point in time during secondary school, and hopefully now, you have all worked hard. all worked hard, right? And now that you are in the next phase of your lives, besides working hard, right? We always hear that. What do you need to do to get to where you want to go? And
For me, I'm working as a website developer right now, and when I was in this school, I was already starting to learning everything from online. Like many of them will just after school they will just go for work, but I was just go home and I would just learn new things online and everything. So studying online is also a very good way. Like if you don't understand anything from the teachers, you can ask them always, and if you still don't understand, you can also search for the tutorials online.
I think apart from working hard, you should enjoy hard also. Like for me, I mean enjoy hard. It doesn't mean like just go play around, don't study. I mean you can join some activities in school such as junior police corps or any other team or like outside visit, so that you can get to know more people. Like you can make your own image in front of others. If you make your good image, when you graduate, you will have a lot of people to help you, give advice to you, or maybe sometimes they can recommend you to go to some jobs or study or university. Maybe they know some people. Like you have to make connection with others.
thank you very much. Awesome points, yeah? I mean, so firstly, the connections he's talking about, I don't know if you've heard this statement, right? But it's not just what you know, but it's also who you know. And if you don't go out there and try, you will never get these opportunities. And listening to Abdullah and Shakti, I think they both have taken advantage of that. And we're very happy to see where they are now today. Okay, let's move forward to the next question. All right, here we go. 4. So let's listen to this question. So obviously we have students here that are in the minority when it comes to our religion, our ethnicity, and our background, in comparison to all of Hong Kong, right? So many of our students stay within a very comfortable bubble. Like this is our family, right? A lot of our friends are here, a lot of our peers are here. We just love to hang out with our group of people, right? So now, right now, you are in the tertiary level, all right? You're also experiencing work in some ways. And you have more connection to local Hong Kongers and to maybe even more international students as well. So how has that benefited you and broadened your horizon? Okay, so maybe Ifat and Kiran, if you can sort of help out and answer this question.
I feel like it really depends. I mean, it depends on what who your close friends are in secondary schools, because if you limit yourselves to people with the same language and you're very comfortable with that, that's okay. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but I would recommend you reaching out to people who wouldn't normally be in your comfort zone. It's okay to come out of your comfort zone and feel anxiety, because that just means you're growing. And I have experienced that as well. When I finally went to university, I saw many different people from different backgrounds. And when I did speak to local Chinese people, it's so surprising because they get shocked as well at what we believe in. And when there was this one girl, I talked to her, and we were just like talking about our backgrounds and stuff like that. And she was so surprised. She was like, I didn't think you guys were like this. And I was like, you guys? I mean, I was like, okay. But like, I feel like it is very, you learn a lot through like different interactions, and maybe force yourself to like interact with like different people, because that will help you in the future, and it will help you to be more outgoing and to voice out your opinions. That's what we need in Hong Kong. We are EMs, right? We are in the ethnic minorities, and if you want us to be equal as the local Chinese people, we need to stand our point, and like try to change what we don't have in Hong Kong. Yeah.
I totally agree with Kiran, and especially I study in a course it's like 300 people around, all Chinese, and only EM there, and I'm wearing hijab, and I'm not wearing. Recently it was so hot. They were like, "Why are you wearing long sleeves?" I'm like, I'm trying to explain to them, and they actually were like again shocked, but they were really understanding. And I think in secondary school I had so many friends. I have Iranian, I have Filipino, everyone. I know how different cultures works. So to me, I also know how Chinese culture work in a way. So when I show interest in their culture, they feel like connected. And when recently they were asking me what do I want to eat, and I was like, I only want to eat vegan stuff. They continue asking more, and I taught them the halal sign.
Oh, cool.
They were like so fun. I was like, do you have any candy? And then I was like, this is the halal sign. I was like, wow. She was so surprised, and I was like, they even didn't approach me in the beginning. I was like, you have to speak for yourself. I was like, they thought that I didn't speak Chinese. They thought I was closed-minded or someone who's so scary from far. And I was like, I have to go to talk to them first. If I do not take that step, they will not come to me. Because I'm the minority now. They of course gonna stick with each other. So I have to be the one to talk to them. I have to be the one, do you wanna join group with me for tutorial? And they are so willing. I found out that it's just that we are not willing to take that step yet. And we have to do that. Don't just rely on everyone, do it on your own.
Fantastic responses. I think, like, being here, right, we say that we're comfortable in our bubble, but this bubble is actually quite diverse. Growing up here, yes, I use the word growing up, for 6 years, we've actually become more culturally sensitive and know how to react. So when we go out there, we can sort of, okay, they're going to ask us questions, but we are going to do our way and how we are going to educate them in the most sensible manner. And just let them know, hey, we're people. All right, you and I have different things, but we're people, and so I think that's the unique thing about our school. Okay, so many students' DSE results don't turn out as expected, right? So what is your advice to these students regarding planning the next step?
It's not the end of the world when you don't get a very good result. So there's a lot of different things, like when you go out there, when you see around, when you connect with different people, they have different experiences. Not everyone comes from the foundation of DSE. And education itself is not the only way to go. There are other fields, maybe singing, maybe sports. So there are different ways to go in as well about what you want to do. So when it comes to academics, when it comes to DSE, and if you really want to target that as your goal for now, I think one of the key things is not only hard work, but also to be resilient, to continue that consistency along the years. So why I say that is because I was actually a victim of it, if I were to say. So what happened was I think we know for 2020 our DSE was actually postponed, and hit me when my mom told me that, hey, your DSE is supposed to be next week, but now it's postponed. You haven't started your revisions yet. And that hit me, like, because I feel like, so 15 years we've studied, like K1 to K3, P1 to all the way to Form 6, so it's like 15 years. And this solid education, where do we put it on? This DSE is the one where we have to show our best efforts in. And I gave my full effort day in, day out. I did not see the time, and tried my best. So I wouldn't say I am a success story in terms of this, but definitely I think what will lead to your definition of success, and also for DSE, is to be resilient, maintain that consistency and hard work. And just like earlier how we had a discussion, not only smart work, but if you have that smart work enough number of times, then it actually is hard work. So that's something which I wanted to add on for.
I feel like after you get your DSE results, you don't think it's gonna be enough to get into a bachelor's. I want to emphasize that it's okay if you don't get into bachelor's. That's what happened to me. I did get good results, to be honest, but it's the thing, I messed up with my JUPAS choice list, and I want to say that if you are interested in something, put that as the first choice. What I did was I was thinking more in a like, ooh, which one would get me more salary? But you shouldn't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, and after I didn't get any programs from the JUPAS results, my mother was like, it's okay. It's not the end of the world, literally. And even my teachers, they were like, there's so many options you can do. There's like other kind of like bridge that you can take. Even though it's a long path, it will still lead you to where you want to be. So that's what I did. I did associate in HKU space. For 1 year, I worked really hard, and then I transferred. And I feel like if you're not able to do that, don't think if you get into foundations, it's a bad thing. It's not. It's really not. That's just the start of your tertiary life, and you just need to keep putting the effort and choose the programs that you're actually interested in. Don't choose anything that you think you're not good at, or like you don't think you're gonna be happy doing it. So I'm finally in HKU, my dream college, and doing my favorite subject, social sciences, and it's crazy to say it, but I'm actually happy doing all the assignments, because like I know what I'm
crazy.
doing. I'm crazy. Yeah. So that's my advice. Just choose what you're interested in, and if you don't get a bachelor, it's okay. There's many other options, even though it'll take like 2 more years or 3 more years. Even if it takes 10 more years, to be honest, it's okay. The success you will feel at the end, the accomplishment, it's gonna be worth it all.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I mean, I think the main message that I got from Idris and Kiran right here is just determination and not giving up, right? So I think everybody's sort of target, the timeline is different, to be honest with you. I'm an old guy, right? So everybody's timeline is a bit different, but as long as you don't forget what your target goal is, and you continue to be determined and resilient and work hard and put in effort, you can get to where you want to go. Okay? So we're down to the last question, and I want everybody to respond to this, right? The question is, what advice would you give to your S1 to S3 self? You know, when you were like little kids, really, right? So you're like, woohoo, yes, yes. So very quickly, just some quick sort of advice you would give to your S1 to S3 self. What would you tell yourself? Shakti.
From Form 1 to Form 3, I think you should explore what you want to do and also join different activities. So if you don't know what to do, you just try to join different activities so you'll know what you have interest on. Thank you.
It's exploring. It's right. You have to explore different things to find what you want. Because I was in Form 5 when I knew I wanted to be a nurse. I think it's too late, or maybe it's not too late, but just try everything to see what you like. Don't be too hard on yourself.
I would tell my Form 1 to Form 3 self, don't be involved in those petty games. Don't get involved in those useless fights, those useless arguments. Just have fun, be chill. Yeah.
So I think you should enjoy hard, but at the same time, I would tell myself that I should have study, because if I learn the basic in Form 1 to Form 3, I will not have to work hard in Form 4 to Form, I will not have to work that hard. Like at Form 4 to Form 6, I can be more relaxed and chill later. So if you work hard in the beginning, later it will be easier for you. So my suggestion, for myself, for you guys also, if I can go back, I would have do that.
I feel like everyone actually said everything
Yeah.
that's necessary.
You have nothing else to say, huh? Okay.
But if I were to say and reiterate in a different way, I would be I think this point is very important. Never be always be polite. If you're not polite, you're always gonna regret it no matter what.
All right. Thank you so much. So, yeah, all 5 of these people have kind of similar but also kind of different sort of advice for their young selves. And so we want you to sort of listen to all of them and see which one sort of matches what you want to do and where you want to go in the future. Well, I mean, this is the end of our Q&A. I'd just like to thank everybody for coming and taking time out of their busy day, passing on some knowledge bombs, right, to our viewers there. Thank you so much, and thanks for joining us on this episode of Campus TV. Bye-bye.